Hello and welcome to Cinebolt. 2026 is poised to be a monumental year for cinema, featuring a blend of massive superhero events, long-awaited sequels, and original science fiction visions. From the return of iconic legends to fresh, mind-bending thrillers, the upcoming slate promises to redefine the theatrical experience. So get ready as we count down the best and most anticipated upcoming movies of 2026 you can't miss. Number 18, Avengers Doomsday.
I have mine.
King M'Baku of Wakanda.
Then, Yancey Street between Broome and Grand.
It is an upcoming 2026 multiversal epic directed by the Russo brothers. The plot reassembles Earth's mightiest heroes, including Thor and the Fantastic Four, to face the enigmatic Dr. Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. The story revolves around a high-stakes clash that threatens the fabric of reality itself. Its visual magnificence and the Russo brothers' proven pacing are significant strengths. Nevertheless, the reliance on multiversal tropes may feel repetitive for some. Despite this, the film is a guaranteed cinematic event for fans of massive, high-octane action. Number 17, Mortal Kombat 2.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans.
How are you doing that?
Are you coming or what?
It is an upcoming 2026 martial arts fantasy directed by Simon McQuoid, starring Carl Urban as Johnny Cage alongside returning leads. The story follows Earthrealm's defenders as they engage in a no-holds-barred tournament to thwart the tyrant Shao Kahn. The film focuses on intricate fight choreography and the introduction of fan-favorite characters. While the plot remains relatively straightforward, the expanded lore and practical effects provide significant depth. Although the dialogue may lean into genre cliches, it is a must-see for fans of visceral, innovative combat sequences. Number 16, Disclosure Day.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
It is an upcoming 2026 science fiction thriller directed by Steven Spielberg, featuring Emily Blunt and Colin Firth. The narrative revolves around a global phenomenon that challenges humanity's understanding of the cosmos, penned by David Cope. The film is expected to feature Spielberg's trademark visual storytelling and a sophisticated, intellectual atmosphere. Some may find the enigmatic plot details frustratingly vague in the early marketing. However, the pedigree of the creative team suggests a polished experience. Overall, it is a top recommendation for fans of thought-provoking science fiction. Number 15, The Mandalorian and Grogu. It is an upcoming 2026 Star Wars adventure, directed by Jon Favreau, starring Pedro Pascal. The plot follows Din Djarin and the iconic Grogu as they transition from streaming to the big screen, facing escalating threats across the galaxy. The film promises epic production design and the emotional depth that define the series. A potential weakness is the narrative's dependence on prior television knowledge. Despite this, the transition to cinema provides a grander scale for these beloved characters, making it a spectacular treat for Star Wars fans. Number 14, The Death of Robin Hood.
I am the outlaw. Robin Hood.
It is an upcoming 2026 historical drama directed by Michael Sarnowski, starring Hugh Jackman and Jodie Comer. The narrative centers on an aging Robin Hood grappling with a violent past while seeking salvation through an encounter with a mysterious woman. The film explores themes of legacy and redemption with a gritty, realistic aesthetic. Some audiences might find the somber tone a departure from the traditional swashbuckling adventure. However, the nuanced performances and emotional weight offer a refreshing take. Overall, it is an essential pick for fans of historical character studies. Number 13, Wonder Man.
Not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
This is the wall. It's everything. I get this close and I miss.
I'm gonna need you to sign this to confirm you don't have superpowers.
It is an upcoming 2026 Marvel Spotlight production created by Destin Daniel Cretton, starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. The story revolves around Simon Williams, a struggling actor who gains ionic powers and must navigate the absurdities of Hollywood alongside his superhero life. This project stands out for its satirical tone and unique perspective on the MCU. While the satirical elements might not land for everyone, the innovative concept provides a breath of fresh air. Despite its unconventional approach, it is a compelling watch for those seeking character-driven superhero stories. Number 12, Project Hail Mary.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. I spoke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment. And I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
It is a highly anticipated 2026 science fiction adventure film directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Based on the acclaimed novel by Andy Weir, the story revolves around Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, a lone astronaut who awakens on a spacecraft with no memory of his identity or his mission. The narrative centers on his desperate race to use scientific grit and logic to reverse Earth's solar dimming and avert a global catastrophe. As he regains his memories, the film explores the immense pressure of being humanity's last hope. Lord and Miller are known for their dynamic visuals and clever pacing, which should translate well to the book's hard sci-fi tone. The film promises a visual standout, utilizing cutting-edge CGI to depict the complexities of interstellar travel and alien environments. However, the film's success relies heavily on Gosling's ability to carry a largely solitary performance, which may feel slow for those expecting traditional action. Despite this, the combination of a beloved source material and visionary directors makes it a top-tier contender for the year. Number 11, Scream 7.
Where is my daughter?
All your friends died for just being near you.
It is a 2026 slasher horror directed by Kevin Williamson. The narrative follows Sidney Prescott, whose new life is shattered when a Ghostface killer targets her daughter, forcing her to confront her traumatic history once again. The film marks a return to the franchise's roots with Williamson's sharp writing and suspenseful pacing. A critique could be the potential for slasher fatigue within the long-running series. However, the high emotional stakes and legacy connections provide a gripping experience. Overall, it is a must-see for fans of classic horror. Number 10, The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping.
Welcome, Panem, to the glorious reaping of District 12. Let the 50th Hunger Games begin!
It is a 2026 dystopian prequel directed by Francis Lawrence. The plot explores the 50th Hunger Games through the perspective of a young Hamish Abernathy, portrayed by Tom Blythe. The film delves into the psychological toll of Panem's oppressive regime and the origins of a fan-favorite victor. While prequels can sometimes feel unnecessary, the rich world-building and established direction ensure a high-quality production. Despite the familiar setting, the new character insights make it a fascinating addition to the franchise's lore. Number 9, Supergirl is a 2026 superhero action-adventure film directed by Craig Gillespie. The film stars Millie Alcock as Kara Zor-El, with Eve Ridley, Matthias Schoenaerts, and Jason Momoa. The story revolves around Kara, who celebrates her birthday by traveling the galaxy with Krypto the Superdog. Her journey takes a dramatic turn when a tragedy ignites a quest for revenge alongside a young girl named Ruthie. The narrative follows their cosmic voyage to hunt down the villainous Krem, forcing Supergirl to confront her own traumatic past. Gillespie brings a distinct space western aesthetic to the film, prioritizing atmospheric world-building and character-driven stakes over traditional superhero spectacle. However, the film's anti-heroic tone and departure from the character's usual optimistic portrayal might be polarizing for some. Despite this, the innovative concept and Alcock's casting offer a fresh perspective on the genre. Number 8, Street Fighter. It is an upcoming 2026 live-action action film directed by Kitao Sakurai. The story revolves around an ensemble of legendary fighters, including Jason Momoa and Noah Centineo, as they unite to dismantle M. Bison's shadowy criminal empire. The film prioritizes high-octane martial arts and faithful character designs. A potential drawback is the difficulty of balancing such a large, diverse cast within a single narrative. However, the creative fight sequences and star power provide significant entertainment value. Overall, it is an exciting cinematic prospect for fans of the iconic video game. Number 7. The Beauty.
It's an STD.
The beauty has been mutating out in the wild.
We go to market in 6 months. Fix the bugs.
It is a 2026 science fiction body horror series created by Ryan Murphy, starring Evan Peters and Rebecca Hall. The narrative centers on a viral epidemic that grants physical perfection at a horrific cost, investigated by FBI agents. The aesthetic is expected to be polished yet grotesque, exploring themes of vanity and corporate greed. Murphy's polarizing style may result in inconsistent pacing for some viewers. Despite this, the provocative premise and strong lead performances create a unique horror experience. Overall, it is recommended for fans of psychological genre-bending tales. Number 6. Shelter.
You need to throw everything you've got at him.
Are they going to arrest you?
It's not the police I'm worried about. The people that are doing this broke the only rule that matters to them.
It is an upcoming 2026 action thriller directed by Rick Romanois, starring Jason Statham. The narrative centers on a reclusive man on a remote island whose lethal assassin past resurfaces after he rescues a young girl from a storm. The film promises a gritty atmosphere and Statham's signature physical intensity. While the retired assassin trope is well known, Waugh's direction often provides a more grounded, realistic edge. Although the plot may feel predictable to genre veterans, the solid performances and suspense make it a thrilling, high-stakes survival story. Number 5. Apex.
It makes you feel alive. Perfection's the only option.
It is an upcoming 2026 survival thriller directed by Baltasar Kormacor, starring Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. The plot follows an adrenaline seeker whose attempt to conquer a dangerous river leads to an encounter with a mysterious, bloodthirsty threat. The film utilizes Kormacor's expertise in man versus nature scenarios to create a visceral, visually magnificent experience. Some viewers may find the minimalist plotlight on dialogue. However, the intense pacing and atmospheric tension are major strengths. Overall, it is a gripping cinematic adventure for fans of survivalist thrillers. Number 4. The Strangers, Chapter 3.
You look like you've been through hell.
It is an upcoming 2026 horror finale directed by Rennie Harlin, starring Madeline Petch. The narrative follows the survivors of previous encounters as they face a final, terrifying confrontation with the masked strangers. The film aims to resolve long-standing secrets while maintaining the series' hallmark dread. A critique could be the over-reliance on traditional jump scares in its final act, but despite this, the claustrophobic atmosphere and relentless tension provide a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. Overall, it is a mandatory watch for fans of home invasion horror. Number 3. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is an upcoming 2026 Marvel Cinematic Universe entry, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, featuring Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Sadie Sink. The narrative centers on Peter Parker navigating a transformative era as he balances his heroic duties with new interpersonal challenges. This installment promises a fresh aesthetic for the web-slinger, moving beyond the multiversal chaos of its predecessor. The film benefits from Cretton's nuanced direction and a stellar ensemble cast. However, the sheer volume of characters may risk overshadowing Peter's personal arc. Overall, it remains a mandatory viewing for Marvel enthusiasts. Number 2. Dune Part 3. It is an upcoming 2026 epic science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve. The cast features returning stars Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya, alongside Florence Pugh, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Robert Pattinson. Adapting Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah, the narrative centers on Emperor Paul Atreides 12 years after his ascent to the throne. The story revolves around Paul as he navigates a complex web of conspiracies from defeated houses and internal betrayals that threaten his lover, Chani, and his unborn heir, all while a cosmic jihad rages in his name. Visually, Villeneuve is expected to maintain the magnificent, sweeping cinematography and nuanced production design that defined the previous chapters. The film aims to explore the darker, more tragic consequences of Paul's messianic arc. However, the shift toward a more introspective and somber tone may alienate viewers expecting the grand-scale warfare of Part 2. Despite its potentially slower pacing, the film's intellectual ambition and world-building remain unparalleled. Number 1. The Odyssey. It is an upcoming 2026 epic action fantasy film written and directed by Christopher Nolan. The film boasts an elite cast including Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, and Zendaya. The narrative centers on Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, as he embarks on a perilous 10-year journey home following the Trojan War. The story revolves around his struggle to outwit mythical foes such as the Cyclops and the enchantress Circe, while desperately trying to evade the wrath of Poseidon to reunite with his wife Penelope. Nolan is expected to utilize his mastery of practical effects and IMAX cinematography to create a visually magnificent and grounded version of Homer's ancient poem. While the extensive runtime and dense source material may challenge casual audiences, Nolan's technical precision and storytelling pedigree suggest a modern masterpiece.